Hello, friends. So, welcome to another episode of HR to CHRO. And today we have Mr. Shishir Deshmukh with us, who has had 30 plus years of experience in the industry. He started his career with Suvi Informatics, then moved on to Web Dunia, then Fullerton, then Diaspark Infotech, then Vistar Financials, then Nepra, and now currently he is Chief People's Officer at Deep Industries. So, welcome, Shishir. Thanks for giving us time.
Thank you, Amit. Thanks for providing an opportunity. And of course, this is a very first time that I'll be doing the podcast, and I'm really excited to convey my messages and share my experiences with the people, to new HR people and everybody.
Yeah, we receive lots of comments and feedback from people in the HR fraternity that they love these podcasts and listening to life stories and good things from senior HR people like you. So to start with, why HR?
True.
Why HR, Shishir? Why did you decide to go into HR?
So Amit, it's an interesting story. I'll tell you. I'll just give a brief, small background once again, just to take in, 2 minutes of 2 minutes more on that. I've started my career with, I got selected into Staff Selection Commission, and
Okay,
I worked with Central Excise and Customs for five
okay,
years.
okay,
So, yeah, so I joined Central Excise and Customs in 93,
okay,
and I have completed my master's in business administration, specialization into marketing, and minor HR,
okay,
but now doing majorly HR. And 95, I have completed my MBA. And after that, I've started searching a job because had a very strong feeling that is nothing is going to happen in the government sector for me. But
okay,
still, I worked for 5 years, and then I joined SUI Information Systems as my first company.
okay.
And there I joined as executive assistant to CEO.
Mm-hmm,
So my first job was executive assistant to CEO.
mm-hmm.
And during that particular period, uh, as a job, because when you are working with directly founder and CEO, you have lot many things to do over
Correct,
there.
correct.
And the first task which I got is for the recruitment of the senior level positions like
Okay,
CFO,
okay,
Chief Marketing Officer, and then Vice President Business Development, and all these things. I got that. My CEO told me that you have to do all these things. So I started searching profiles, and while
okay.
talking to them, I realized that this is more of a marketing and sales job. HR or
Correct,
recruitment is more
correct,
of a marketing and sales job. Okay,
correct,
so interestingly, you have to actually sell the company
correct,
to a candidate.
correct,
Either you are selling a product to
correct.
somebody else who is a client, who is basically an external client and internal client. So when we take that particular concept of internal client and external client, so this basically is an internal client which I want to build,
Correct.
and I have to sell my company to that new candidate and make him interest towards my company. So
Correct.
that's how it's a technique.
Correct.
So in marketing and sales, we have to do a sales pitch.
Correct.
So that time I started creating recruitment pitch. That what I talk about company,
Okay.
what I'll talk about my founder and CEO,
Mm-hmm.
how I can make it impressive so that the person gets interested towards my company.
Correct.
So that's how I built that particular interest. And then I got an opportunity like, webdunia.com is basically a part of Suvi Information only.
Okay.
So we have floated this company outside. And that time, if you remember, it was dot-com boom
Correct.
in
Correct.
2000, 2001.
Correct.
2001, it was
Late
2001, there was
90s.
dot-com boom.
Correct.
Late 90s, 2000 starting. And that time I got an opportunity to work with Arthur Anderson
Mm-hmm.
because we hired Arthur Anderson for making our HR policies, practices,
Mm-hmm.
shifting people from Suvi to Web Dunia
Mm-hmm.
and all these things. And I
Mm-hmm.
was being an executive assistant, I was actively involved into this transition.
Mm-hmm.
So during this transition, I got created this particular interest, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought that, why not to use my skills of marketing and sales into HR
Mm-hmm.
and convince people over there that why you should join our company. And that
Mm-hmm.
was really a great experience that I had, and very interesting
Correct.
for me
Correct.
particularly. So that's how I shifted to HR. And
Very nice.
being an executive assistant, I asked my CEO, what is my next step? How long I can be your executive assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked me, Shishir, what do you want to do? Tell
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take, since you are already involved into HR and recruitment purposes,
Mm-hmm.
part of it,
Mm-hmm.
you take the charge of HR.
And you were anyway
Let's
interested in
see.
that.
Yeah, correct. I got interested into that also. So that's how I shifted to HR.
Very nice.
And
So
that is the reason.
two, three very interesting things come up, Shishir. See, when I've been interacting with the senior people in nature like you, most of them they come from they have a very strong grounding in business. So they understand business, and all of them say that yeah, this is what is required because HR is a strategic function, considering that it is so impactful towards business. So that is one being a earlier in your career being an executive assistant to a CEO and the founder, you would have received all that
Correct.
bird's eye view as well as the grounding in business, which would have helped you in your rise to the top, you know, uh, uh,
True.
towards that. So because only 0.05% people end up becoming reaching a CXO level out of
True.
so much workforce. So would you like to share some details about that, about business side of it?
Yeah, definitely. So being an executive assistant, there are many a times when my founder and CEO would not have time to attend meetings or the review meetings with the vice presidents and CFO and everybody on that. So I used to attend those
Very nice.
meetings on behalf of him.
Very
So
nice.
that's how I used to understand, okay, fine, this is the sales person is saying something, or maybe marketing person is saying something, or he's trying to manipulate few of the things, or what is the objective that we want to achieve, and what is the objective that they are achieving. So maybe when I was taking the notes of those meetings and then discussing with the founder and CEO, and that was giving a very huge, a different perspective altogether to me, stating that what is the requirement of the business and why it is important to know business. And this has given me a lot of benefit in all the companies. So normally, wherever I join any of the company, I try to understand the business first. What is the requirement of the business? How business runs? And that's where we also get a concept into, I think, 2003, 2004 HRBP concept. We got it,
Mm-hmm.
business partner. So that's how
Mm-hmm.
we call it as human resources business partners also on that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's how I got into understanding business and all. So that executive assistant to CEO job has helped me a lot. And also, interestingly, I'll tell you, Amit, uh, when I have been offered this particular job, I clearly asked, "Do you want a personal assistant or executive assistant?" Because I was having an idea that normally, and that too in Indore, when we have this, with due respect to Baniya culture and all these things, normally people says कि एक बड़ा बड़ा डेजिग्नेशन हो जाता है, then executive assistant hire कर लेते हैं या
Correct.
कुछ something like that. But then
Correct.
ultimately you end up doing the personal assistant jobs
Correct.
over there.
Correct.
But my CEO, Mr. Vinay Chandlani, would like to take his name over here. He is a gold medalist of 84 batch from BITS Pilani.
Okay.
And he is a very sharp-minded person. So he's a great guy. So he taught me so many things over there, and I am very fortunate to work with him for the first time. First step in my career.
Very
That
nice.
is what I can say. Yeah.
Very nice. So because you got a solid grounding in business, which is so important. See, when I started my career, so I was in sales. I started my career in sales. So the inclination from the HR side at least at the lower level, people I was interacting with, to know more about the business. Now there is a shift in that. Now HR
Mm-hmm.
people are much more open to know about their business. At least that time it wasn't there. And
Mm.
so, how powerful do you think has this interest in you to know more about the business? How much has it helped you in your career in HR?
Okay. So, understanding business is important. Why it is important? Because one is when you do recruitment, you know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a selection ratio is high. That's what
Okay.
I always tell. The selection ratio is always high.
Mm-hmm.
Two, once the person is on board,
Mm-hmm.
you have to do an induction.
Correct.
So while doing an induction, you actually tell him the right thing
Mm-hmm.
because it's something like this that, if you are doing a correct induction for a person,
Mm-hmm.
that time the person understands the business,
Mm-hmm.
the HR processes, policies,
Mm-hmm.
how he has to behave in an organization,
Mm-hmm.
what is the culture of the organization. So
Mm-hmm.
that is the point where you inculcate a culture in the new joining person over
Correct.
there.
Correct.
So all these things help me in understanding business and why it is important, how the person is culturally fit into
Mm-hmm.
the organization, or how we have to make him fit into the culture, or what kind of training that we'll have to provide.
Mm-hmm.
So the entire gamut that is being covered over there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you understand the business properly, you
Mm-hmm.
know that what is the requirement of the person, what is the output that you are expecting from that particular person,
Mm-hmm.
and how you want to mold that person, or what is the requirement of that person, or where the training need. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
a TNI can be
Correct.
done
Correct.
that point of time.
I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it, Shishir, from on the business side of HR. But what are your other secrets of success, so as to say? Like I said, only 0.5% people end up reaching the CXO level. So, what are the other
Yeah,
things which have helped you reach that level?
yeah. So one important point is, Amit, data,
Okay.
data points.
Okay.
So I always tell my team to sit on data. And this
Right.
is, I have learned during my tenure with Fullerton.
Okay.
So, a lot of reviews and everything, how many recruitments have been done, how many branches have you floated,
Mm-hmm.
what is the business which is being delivered by a particular branch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I used to, when I used to visit those branches, I have to submit a health report
Oh, okay.
to the management.
Okay.
So if I'm visiting a branch, that means an HR person is visiting a branch
Mm-hmm.
and everybody has to be attentive.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has to, I have to meet each and everybody in the branch, and
Mm-hmm.
I have to create a health report
Okay.
that how's the relationship between business and credit,
Mm-hmm.
who are approving cases.
Mm-hmm.
What is the relationship between and relationship officer and the manager and credit manager
Okay.
over there, because there is a normal setup of branches, like one is branch manager, one
Mm-hmm.
is credit manager, there is a relationship manager over
Mm-hmm.
there, and then relationship
Associate.
officers under
Correct.
him. So
Correct.
that's the normal setup of a financial organization
Mm-hmm.
or non-banking finance companies.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very important to have all these 11 people or 10 people in sync to
Correct.
generate business.
Correct.
And the targets are 1 crore disbursement every
Mm-hmm.
month
Mm-hmm.
is what the target was.
Mm-hmm.
So to achieve that, you need to have a very cohesiveness, correlation, understanding with each other to understand the cases.
Mm-hmm.
If I found a branch which does not have a good relationship between credit manager and branch manager, then also I have to give a submission to them.
Mm-hmm.
So the important part of it, which I have learned in Fullerton and Vistar Financial, of course, is data points
Okay.
and what you have to present it to the management, how you want to present it to management.
Mm-hmm.
See, ultimately, अगर मैं सिर्फ एचआर की बात करूं तो एचआर के अंदर अगर होता है तो क्या है कि भाई फाइल्स मेंटेन है कि नहीं है, ऑडिट हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, उसका अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर इशू हुआ नहीं हुआ,
Correct. Correct.
किसी को PIP देना है, किसी को क्या, it was more of an administrative job.
Correct.
And when you sit in a monthly review or quarterly reviews with the management, what is the requirement of management?
Correct.
Management want data.
Correct.
How many recruitments?
Correct.
Let's say 10 recruitments. Okay, fine. 10 recruitments. How many interviews you have done for those 10 recruitments? So let's say that I have done 20 interviews or 50 interviews for that. For 50 interviews, how many profiles I have invited? So
Correct.
there are maybe source is 100 CVs,
Mm-hmm.
out of which I have shortlisted at HR front is 50.
Mm-hmm.
50 I have forwarded to business.
Mm-hmm.
Business has shortlisted or screened, let's say 35 profiles.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 35, 10 are selected.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 10, 5 have joined.
Mm-hmm.
So this percentage ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, if you are recruiting 5 people,
Mm-hmm.
you have to source 100 CVs.
Correct.
And what is the percentages? Just 5%. So for 5% result, you have to do a lot of things.
Correct.
Now, here comes the part of data. Why data is important? Because when you are saying that I have done 5 recruitments, you actually have to show that I have sourced 100 CVs. Out of 100 CVs, 50 I have shortlisted, 35 shortlisted by business, and then 5 are being on board, or 10 are being offered and 5 are on board. So there is a ratio.
Correct.
Where my team's time is going, where the time is being spent over there. So all these things are required. So that's why I always tell, even the HR person, how much time you have spent to attend a candidate, how many queries you have received.
Correct.
Let's say that salary has happened, salary has been disbursed. Now you have received lot of queries. मेरा 3 दिन का कम आया है, 4 दिन का कम आया है, मेरा CL ज्यादा कट गया, आपने छुट्टी ली मेरी, whatever it is.
Correct.
But you need to, unless and until you don't have a data in front of you that these many calls I have received after salary, these many calls I have received after giving the appointment letters, they have queries. So how many queries you receive in a month, and how fast you give a resolution to that. All these data points must be there.
Correct.
To present it to management. Then only management will understand. Correct. And they will also know the value that you are putting in as an HR person. Correct. In the organization.
Correct.
So data is the secret, one of the secret that I have. And presentation. Presenting it to management in a way that we want, or they want to, what they want to hear out from HR is what we, that is the skill that you have to develop.
Correct.
And that's what I'll tell to the people also, that you have to learn what management wants from you.
Correct.
Why you are being appointed. And then again, Amit, one more thing. The third part is HR is a service industry. Okay, it's an internal. They are the clients for you.
Correct.
So you have to cater them. You have to keep a smile on your face, and you have to attend them properly.
Correct. Correct.
So that is very important. So
Very
that
nice.
is where you do the engagement. And yes, I always tell my recruiter that the first call that goes to a candidate is the first step of engagement. That's where you do the engagement. You start the engagement with the candidate.
Correct.
And you keep it, continued till the person is on board. And after the person is on board, HR has to take it forward.
Correct.
So these are the 3 things that are
data
important,
points,
and there's a secret.
presentation, and servicing the internal stakeholders. So see,
Yes.
this reminds me of when I was handling large sales teams, I used to give them ratios in terms of when you're calling up cold calling, what is the ratio of the appointment, what is the ratio of presentation,
Yes.
what is the ratio of final negotiation, and then the closure. So looking at the ratio, you can make out where is the problem, where do you need training, where do you need more hard work, etc. So
Exactly.
this is very powerful. But also what I can make out is that if as an HR person you are following these data points, then you get an idea of improvement also. Because looking at the ratio, you can find out where do you need to improve, where does your team need to improve. and it,
Correct.
it makes it so granular to do a good job. It makes it so simpler. I mean, otherwise, HR being how can you measure the effort in HR? But by these kind of using these kind of tools, data points, it's easier to measure and improve.
Yes, that's why. That is what I'm saying. Data is very important, Amit, in
Yeah,
HR.
yeah, yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to sit on data. You have to sit on data.
So tell me also about the skill of stakeholder management. So you said it's
Okay.
also one of your secrets. I'm sure. See, HR, because it is it's a strategic division now, helping the business. So how to manage the internal stakeholders?
Interesting. So that is also it's a very good question, Amit, because one thing that I have learned from one of my president, and one of my HR head is basically uh, when you enter into an organization, you are new to the organization, and the other stakeholders, they might be working with the organization for 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, or maybe 15 years. Some of them, so they will have their own uh, way of working.
Correct.
Okay, so you need to understand them first.
Hmm.
So I never expected that they should come and meet me.
Okay.
I used to visit their cabins
Okay.
on a
Taking
frequency with an
initiative.
objective,
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
initiative,
Hmm.
or general talking. How's
Hmm.
it going? What are the things that you're doing in the department? Or maybe a general talk, nothing. Just have a cup of tea or cup
Hmm.
of coffee with them.
Hmm.
And they'll come up with so many things.
Hmm.
कि मेरे डिपार्टमेंट में ये चल रहा है, ऐसा हो रहा है. Not in the first meeting, of course.
Hmm.
Maybe second or third meeting, they'll open up with you. They'll
Hmm.
understand कि ठीक है, you have to give that comfort to them.
Correct.
First of all, that you're comfortable. You're not here to just strategize and enforce policies on them or
Correct.
do some compulsions.
Correct.
मुझे टाइम पे आना है, टाइम पे नहीं जाना है, या टाइम पर जाना है, सॉरी, आई मीन दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्ट. Yeah, your team is not following the timings, but why
Hmm.
his team is not following timings?
Hmm.
There could be a reason. They might be staying late. They must be at client site. They must be attending them.
Hmm.
They must have gone late in the night. That's
Hmm.
why they are coming late. So, is there something that we can do that there is a systems? Now, systems comes into a picture over here, process and systems.
Okay.
To do flexible systems over there.
Okay.
So, department-wise, flexible systems.
Okay.
Accounts is a very important part. So maybe they have to come on time in the morning. Maybe their CFO is waiting for them to line up so many things over there, or
Hmm.
the investors are looking for something, some data is required. So
Hmm.
everything is there. So I used to visit their cabins,
Hmm.
understand them
Hmm.
strategically,
Hmm.
functionally,
Hmm.
that what HR function, what accounts team is doing, what finance team is doing, what business team is doing, what
Hmm.
sales team is doing,
Hmm.
what operations team is doing over there, what is their role and responsibilities, why a particular part takes time into it,
Hmm.
or how much time it would have been taken, or how they have done it.
Hmm.
And that's where you can actually appreciate them,
Hmm.
then and there itself. The
Hmm.
spot recognitions,
Hmm.
or so many things you come to know. And that's how you can plan the engagement activities also.
Correct.
When you understand the business, when you understand each department, each stakeholder, their
Hmm.
expectations,
Hmm.
their needs, particularly, uh, their problems, of course. So you have to be very good listener. So
Correct.
you have to be a listener on that. And
Correct.
listener is active listening, basically. Should not be only a listener over there, but you should actively listen them. You try to find out. You have to create a particular relationship where they find that कि यार शिशिर को बुला लो,
Hmm.
उससे पूछते हैं, सजेशन
Hmm.
मांगते हैं उससे कि कुछ
Hmm.
उसके दिमाग में हो तो let's understand what is his
Hmm.
view onto it.
Hmm.
Otherwise, nobody will call you
Correct.
unless and until you will not go them and make them comfortable and make them understand that you also think business.
Correct.
It's not only that you're thinking HR, but you're thinking business.
You are there to help them
You're
achieve their
thinking,
goal. Yeah.
yes. So
It's so powerful.
that is yeah.
So taking initiative and going out to meet people, especially when you have recently joined, and building a relationship, have being a good listener. See, ultimately, this requires that passion. So, uh, if you're passionate towards your job, you enjoy doing that. You enjoy learning about business. You enjoy learning about people, and then helping them do their job better. So it is also powerful.
Yeah.
And I think, so how can young people, young HR professionals, how can they develop this? What do they need to do? See, on one side, there would be so much pressure. For example, let's say somebody is in recruitment. So he has to source those many CVs in a day. He may be measured or she may be measured on that. Or there might be other 10 things that he or she is supposed to do. At the same
True.
time, how can that person take out time to go and meet people in the other department, understand them as a human being, then as a professional, and the things which are happening. So how can a person do that? Excel in his or her job, as well as take out time to build relationships.
Okay. So let's assume there is one recruiter in the
Correct.
team.
Correct.
Okay. I have told him or her that you have to source at least 10 CVs daily,
Correct.
and you have to talk to them
Correct.
and take the complete, entire understanding about the CV, what he has done, what she has done or he has done, whatever it is. Now, that particular person is also a human being.
Correct.
Now, if you're talking to 10 CVs, your mind will actually blow, in the sense 10 लोगों से मैंने बात करी, 10 लोगों ने अलग अलग चीजें लिखी है. So what I used to tell them is, you talk to one person, take notes.
Mm-hmm.
If not online, then just take a pause, take all the notes, get everything recollected in the mind,
Mm-hmm.
take a pause of it, and write it down, and then talk to next candidate.
Okay.
Now, if you're talking to first candidate, if you're talking to second candidate, third candidate, now after three candidates or four candidates, because I have done recruitment, I've started it, or I have grown from the very scratch level. I've done that. So after 3 or 4 calls, you want to have some break.
Correct.
अब उस ब्रेक में क्या करें?
Correct.
उस ब्रेक में आप या तो कॉफी टाइम हो सकता है. कॉफी में यू कैन गो टू योर lunch area, you can have coffee, or other option is you can go to the hiring manager
Mm-hmm.
and talk to him कि मैंने
Okay.
अभी 3 लोगों से बात करी है,
Mm-hmm.
and these are the things that I have found.
Mm-hmm.
Probably he'll tell कि यार ये दो तो कुछ काम के ही नहीं है.
Mm-hmm.
So your job is easy again.
Okay. Okay.
And then you have to knock the door. Actually, I will tell you, you have to knock the door. He might be busy that time.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say कि
Mm-hmm.
यार बाद में आना. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to go in colleges. I used to tell them, जैसे 7 सुरों में सबसे पहला सुर होता है सा. So I have created this myself. SAA is one is subject knowledge.
Okay.
S is subject knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
A is attitude,
Mm-hmm.
and then again A is approach.
Okay.
So अगर ये पहला सुर सही लग गया
Mm-hmm.
तो बाकी के सुर बहुत अच्छे से लग जाते हैं. Guaranteed. This is my guarantee to young people.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then
So,
okay.
uh,
Right. So, okay. So this is how, just by being good at what they do, attitude and the approach, they'll be able to save time in their own job, which can be used by them to, do other things which are
do
important.
other things.
How
Yes.
can they? So sales and marketing, generally sales and marketing again is a very important part of business, but this doesn't happen in the office.
Yeah. It's
So
in the
how
field.
can it's in the field? So
It's in
how
the field.
can and the sales head, business head may not have time for a junior HR person to. So how can an HR person know more about sales and marketing, about sales per se? What can he or she do to know?
So this is also a very good learning for me in Vistar and Fullerton.
Okay.
So when I used to visit branches,
Mm-hmm.
I used to visit customers also along with the
Very
relationship
nice.
officers.
So you have actually done customer calls.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice.
And that's an interest. You have to build the interest into business, boss.
Yeah.
Otherwise you will otherwise there is no point.
Right.
If you're an
So,
HR,
see, I'm from the financial sector. So I was in IT and then financial sector. So you are the first HR person whom I have now come to know who actually went out on customer calls. This is so
yes,
powerful.
yes, very powerful, and it help you to understand his frustration also.
Correct?
रिलेशनशिप ऑफिसर्स फ्रस्ट्रेशन यू एक्चुअली कम टू नो कि वो
Correct?
अगर 10 कस्टमर को विजिट करता है
Hmm.
तो उसको एक ही कस्टमर मिलने में भी कितनी तकलीफ होती है, हाउ मेनी
Correct?
क्वेश्चंस ही आस्क, कितने लोग उसको अटेंड करते हैं, कस्टमर कितनी बार भगा देता है उसको
Correct?
उस दुकान से उसके
Correct?
जाता है तो सो यू
Correct?
हैव टू हैव द स्ट्रीट ऑन द फीट एंड even in Nepra and this company also, Deep Industries, I have visited plants.
Very nice.
In Nepra, I used to sit on the plant only.
Very nice.
I was heading that, but I used to sit on plant. I used to understand what is the ground level problems over there,
So
and that's
this
how you
is
actually come to know the resolutions of them. What is
so
the resolution? Otherwise, ऑफिस में बैठ के resolution देना तो बहुत आसान
बहुत
है
आसान.
कि ऐसा
Correct?
कर लो यार, ऐसा कर लो, ऐसा कर लो, बट ऐसा होता नहीं भाई.
Correct? Correct?
ग्राउंड रियलिटी कुछ अलग होती है.
In fact, I've interacted with around more than 10 CHROs or chief people officer for these podcasts. And all of them, I will not say not even one, all of them, they have had solid grounding in business or they emphasize learning about business so much. So for the young HR professionals, this is a very powerful lesson. Okay, so apart from business, there are so many fields in HR itself. So recruitment is one, then there is compensation, then there is L&D, then there is so many. So how important is it for a young HR professional to know about all the aspects, or how should one go about it? What should, as a young HR professional looking to become a CHRO to reach the top, how should one go about the various
Okay,
aspects?
so Amit, I'll tell you, uh, all aspects of HR is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Be it compensation benefit,
Mm-hmm.
be it what is written in the offer letter, what is
Mm-hmm.
written in the appointment letter, what are the clauses,
Mm-hmm.
what are the policies, what are the
Mm-hmm.
processes of the organization,
Mm-hmm.
why business needs are different than what we are actually, maybe portraying or maybe something like that, that, the other person is expecting
Mm-hmm.
from the organization, because the way organization has an expectation, candidates also have an expectation from the
Correct.
organization, right?
Correct.
Now, when we say that, uh, sorry, I think I missed the link
So,
on
what are
that.
how
But
important, how can an HR
so
person,
understanding,
correct,
yeah, understanding of the all the aspects of it.
correct,
Now, when you send an offer letter
hmm,
to a candidate, there is a salary bracket
correct,
which we give
correct,
normally. Or letter of intent अगर है तो letter of intent में normally we don't mention salaries,
hmm,
because people may like to encash that particular your offer letter with other companies and everything, right? So when we give an offer letter, there is an annexure which we attach. There
hmm,
are components of the salary. Salary
correct,
components are there.
correct,
Basic, HRA, PF क्या होगा, gratuity क्यों कटेगी, क्या होगा. So you need to understand what
hmm,
is PF, what is
hmm,
gratuity.
hmm,
Recruiters normally ये करते हैं कि मेरे को क्या करना है.
correct,
PF gratuity समझ के मैं तो एक स्ट्रक्चर दे दिया सामने
correct,
वाले को. अभी तो वो स्ट्रक्चर HR समझाएगा, मैं क्यों समझाऊं.
correct,
So I tell them that no, it's not that. HR will come in the picture after the person is inducted.
correct,
Before that, you have to convince him, and the first convincing person is you. You should understand the policies,
hmm,
because candidate may ask you what are your leave policies,
hmm,
what are your maternity benefits, or what are the other benefits that you give. So you should have all the policies by heart.
hmm,
That yes, I know the policies. Otherwise,
hmm,
ये तो आपको बाद में पता चल जाएगा. Then there is an
correct,
ambiguity
correct,
in candidate's mind कि
correct,
यार पता नहीं वहां पे जाने के बाद में क्या होने वाला है. So my
correct,
recruiter needs to have an understanding about the compensation benefit
hmm,
also, and
hmm,
then I normally used to train them कि
okay,
देखो
hmm,
structure ऐसे बनता है.
hmm,
I used to even I have given in one or two companies, I have given calculator to them that you
okay,
just have to put the figure over there, use the what if analysis, और उसमें आप यूज करके यू जस्ट पुट द एंटायर फिगर विल कम टू यू.
very
तो
nice,
मैंने कैलकुलेटर एक बना के दिया उनको कि ये कैलकुलेटर आप यूज करो.
वेरी नाइस।
यहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ डालना है कि आपको एक फिगर डालना है दैट व्हाट इज इन हैंड सैलरी। नॉर्मली कैंडिडेट्स की ये क्वेश्चंस होते हैं कि मेरे इन हैंड कितना मिलेगा, आपने सिटी
करेक्ट,
बता दिया 12 लाख,
करेक्ट,
बट मेरे को
करेक्ट।
इन हैंड कितने मिल रहा है, तो इन हैंड तो आपको 10 लाख ही मिल रहा है, देन दे निगोशिएट ऑन 10 लाख रुपीज। So where those 2 lakh rupees are going and which are the benefits that the person will get at the time when he is retiring or
हम्म,
leaving the organization, and which are the benefits which he will not get if he leave the organization before this much time. So all these things are very important for each
हम्म,
HR person to know.
हम्म,
They might be doing their job in silos, maybe, or particular jobs that one person is of compensation benefit, one person is of recruitment, one person is of core HR, one person is HRBP,
हम्म,
or whatever it is. But in a way, they should have all the knowledge about the entire HR, how HR works
हम्म।
in the organization. So that is very important.
So
And that's what I have learned. That's what I
so
have learned.
so on the journey, can a young HR person plan his or her career at this much time? I learn about recruitment and then compensation, then employee benefit, then L&D, then core HR. So, how can it be planned, or how can a person
No,
get
it
some?
goes along. I mean, it
Okay,
goes along. It goes
okay.
along. When you let's say that if you're giving an offer letter, first time offer letter, let's say somebody is giving offer letter to somebody, or somebody is talking to a candidate,
Mm-hmm.
he will have questions,
Correct.
and you don't know about that question.
Okay.
Let's say,
Mm-hmm.
let's say somebody has asked, "What are your leave policies?"
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, fortunately, you don't know about leave policies, or
I
you don't
understand.
know the details about leave policies.
I
So
understand.
maybe you can park that candidate and tell him that
Let
just
me
give
come
me
back
a,
to you.
let me come back to you,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
give me a day's time. I'll come back to you on all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to HR, understand the policies.
Mm-hmm.
Because already मैंने उसको जब रिक्रूटर को इंडक्ट किया था तब मैंने पॉलिसीज समझाई थी उसको, बट
Mm-hmm.
स्टिल ही माइट नॉट रिमेम्बर इट,
Correct.
or he might not remember the particular question, or he
Correct.
might not remember the inside of that particular कि आप सैंडविच पॉलिसी क्या होती है, या CLPL साथ पे ले सकते हो क्या, ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर देयर, या कुछ आपके यहाँ पे पेरेंट पैटर्निटी लीव है क्या, कोई पूछ सकता
Correct.
है मैटरनिटी
Correct.
लीव की क्या पॉलिसी है, हाउ इज द कॉम्बिनेशन, सो यू शुड ऑलवेज गो बैक एंड गिव दैट आंसर टू द कैंडिडेट।
Correct.
कैंडिडेट अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आ रहा है तो उसको सारी क्लैरिटी के साथ आना चाहिए, ही शुड नॉट हैव एनी एम्बिग्युइटी while coming into on board with the
Correct.
organization.
And that can only happen when the person makes an effort to learn
Knows.
about
Yeah.
all the other aspects. Very nice. So,
So,
very,
so there are sorry to interrupt you in between, but there are so many recruiters who tell like कि सर मुझे HR में शिफ्ट होना है. I have done this particular job. I want to go into core HR. I want to learn more about it. Similarly, I used to tell my HR people also that
okay.
when a candidate comes, so let's say that you have 10 recruitments,
Mm-hmm.
10 joinings.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, you have 10 policies with you,
Mm-hmm.
10 company policies with you, and you have to find the best practices.
Mm-hmm.
So the HR person can actually understand by interacting with him
Mm-hmm.
कि तेरी कंपनी में पुरानी कंपनी में क्या क्या पॉलिसीज थी, कौन
Mm-hmm.
सी अच्छी पॉलिसीज तेरे को लगी,
Mm-hmm.
या आपको कौन सी अच्छी पॉलिसीज लगी, which are the best policies that you had,
Mm-hmm.
what are the details of those policies,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how HR people can grow
I understand.
by giving, अपन हम लोग बात करते हैं बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस की, how
Mm-hmm.
you will come to know about best practices.
Correct. By talking to the
One is
people, yeah.
by talking to people, और मे बी बाय, या तो क्या होगा, अरे यार इतना आपके पास इतनी तुम्हारी पहचान है, व्हाई डोंट यू आस्क फॉर अ पॉलिसी,
Mm-hmm.
एक पॉलिसी ले लो उनसे। अरे
Mm-hmm.
आपके पास कैंडिडेट 10 लोगों ने ज्वाइन किया है, 10 पॉलिसी तो आप ही के पास पड़ी है भाई।
Correct. Correct. Very nice.
So 10 policies you have, so you need to you come to know what other industry is doing, because he has
Correct.
come from the same industry, right?
Correct. Correct.
All those 10 people have come from the same industry, so you know what are the policies they have.
Very nice.
Is there a policy that can be implemented with us? Because every organization is different.
Correct.
मैं ये नहीं बोल सकता हूँ कि उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये पॉलिसी है तो मेरे यहाँ पर भी ये चलेगी,
Correct.
डिस्पाइट ऑफ द सेम इंडस्ट्री। बट
Correct.
मुझे ये समझना पड़ेगा कि व्हाट इज माय कल्चर, वेदर दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉलिसी इज फिटिंग इनटू माय कल्चर और नॉट, और या इस पॉलिसी के अंदर मुझे क्या चेंज करना पड़ेगा
So that it fits into
जिससे
my
ये
bill.
it fits into my bill
Very
over
nice.
there.
Very nice. So over,
So
yes, sorry.
yeah, so understanding people, talking to them, understanding them, knowing them better gives you a very good bonding with the candidate, and that's where my uh, definition of engagement. Engagement is not like Alpana making competition, 15 August, 26 January मनवा
Correct.
दिया, so engagement हो गया. No,
Correct.
it's not like that. You have to engage people with you. You have to engage whether
Continuously.
continuously whether the person is fitting. इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे उसने कुछ आंसर्स दिए होंगे जिससे उसका सिलेक्शन हुआ, लेकिन आने के बाद ऑन बोर्ड आने के बाद में वेदर ही इज रियली लाइकिंग द जॉब, वेदर ही इज वट एवर ही इज एक्सपेक्टेड, हैज ही गॉट द सेम काइंड ऑफ जॉब, और देर इज अ जॉब रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी डिफरेंस. जेडी अलग है, जेडी अलग था, मैं कुछ और जॉब कर रहा हूँ.
Correct.
So need to understand that. So that's where it's a continuous practice. And एचआर वालों को तो ये होना चाहिए कि कभी भी कोई मिल गया, हाय, गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून, you have to generate that energy with the team.
So how can that energy be generated? How can a
Yeah,
HR
so
person be gung ho every time? What does he or she need to do?
they need to identify कि ठीक है, they have to get response from people.
Okay.
Maybe some, if you're going through a stairs, maybe somebody is passing through. अगर आप अमित आप देखेंगे, you must have traveled to abroad also, somewhere else. So normally foreign people, they have an understand, they have an habit of doing good morning, good evening,
Smiling. Yeah.
hi, smiling with each other. So you have to respond. You have to give response to them.
Correct.
सामने वाला नहीं हंसेगा, कोई बात नहीं, नेक्स्ट टाइम हंसेगा, पक्की बात है. You have to be patient. You have to sell yourself.
So to these young HR professionals, anything else you would like to address, to suggest?
I I would like to tell them that do your job with passion, full of passion.
Mm-hmm.
जो भी करो दिल से करो, और डोंट थिंक दैट अरे यार ये क्या कर रहा हूँ. ये मान के चलो कि एचआर का जॉब सुनने का जॉब है ना. और उसमें रिजल्ट लाने के लिए आपको यू हैव टू शो द रिजल्ट, यू हैव टू डू सो मेनी थिंग्स, बट अल्टीमेटली एचआर का जो व्यक्ति है, जो एचआर का जो बंदा है, ही इज ऑल्सो ह्यूमन बीइंग, सो ही ऑल्सो वांट्स एन एप्रिसिएशन.
Correct.
एंड फॉर दैट एप्रिसिएशन ही शुड मेंटेन डेटा. डेटा को बात करेंगे, डेटा पे बात करेंगे जब हम मैनेजमेंट से, तो एप्रिसिएशन मिलेगा.
Very nice. Numbers, data, they are so powerful. And
यस,
maybe HR, many of us in HR, maybe they don't understand the power of data points, power of numbers.
यस,
How powerful numbers, because I was talking to Vivek Sapre in the last podcast. So he told me that using numbers, we can actually help change the culture in the organization by showing the numbers to the
यस,
management, senior
यस,
management.
यस.
So very powerful. So over the course of 30 plus years of your journey, Shishir, any interesting challenge, or like you were talking about the results, that to bring results. So any interesting incident which you remember where you were able to do something, handle a challenge particularly well, if anything you would want to share on that.
Yes, definitely. And it's very important also. When I was working with Vistar Financial Services, I used to handle MP, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Maharashtra, and Gujarat, 5 states. And initial Rajasthan also I have set up over there. So in Chhattisgarh, there were 4 branches.
Mm-hmm.
One was Rajnandgaon, then Bilaspur, I think, Raipur, and one more branch was there. Out of these 4 branches, 2 were not performing.
Okay.
I used to visit them. I used to understand, जैसे बुलेटिन में जैसे हेल्थ रिपोर्ट करते थे,
Mm-hmm.
वैसे हम लोग वहां पर भी विस्तार में हेल्थ रिपोर्ट करते थे.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my HR head,
Mm-hmm.
we decided that let's take this branch with HR.
Okay.
हम लोग देखते हैं. तो
So
हम लोगों ने
okay.
we took over branches
You
as a
manage that branch.
business.
Very nice.
No, not manage, but we manage the people over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, reviews लेना उनसे
Very
कि
nice.
आज क्या हुआ, कैसे
Very
हुआ.
nice. So powerful.
And then out of these 4 branches, after all the analysis and everything, I stayed there for at least 15 to 20 days. in these branches over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally I took a call जहाँ पे कुछ बिजनेस के challenges थे.
Mm-hmm.
अगर आप फील्ड में जाते हो तो आपको मालूम पड़ता है कि यहाँ पे 7/12 नहीं मिल रहा है इसको,
Mm-hmm.
कि यहाँ पे प्रॉपर्टी को अगर मॉर्गेज रखना है तो उसके पास में प्रॉपर्टी के प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंट्स नहीं है.
Mm-hmm.
यहाँ पे तो चिट्ठी पे काम चल रहा है,
Mm-hmm.
ऋण पुस्तिका पे काम चल रहा है. या अगर मैं नेपरा की बात करूं तो यहाँ पर लेबर का क्या चैलेंज है,
Mm-hmm.
लोकल लेबर का क्या इशू है,
Mm-hmm.
यहाँ पे what are the political enforcements or political pressure
Mm-hmm.
that a plant head has to bear, कि ये मेरे 10 आदमी रख लो.
Mm-hmm.
In deep industries we are facing so many things over there in Assam and other things.
Mm-hmm.
ये 10 लोग आएंगे, काम नहीं करेंगे, आपको सब तनख्वाह पूरी देनी.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult to manage them. So coming back to the Vistar part, we have finally, out of these 4 branches, 2 branches done well.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 branches, we have finally given a report to business that it is better to close them down.
Okay.
Don't waste time
Okay.
on those branches.
Because of
They will
various
not be able
problems.
to perform. They will not be able to perform. It is not because of the manpower,
Mm-hmm.
but it is because of the business
Conditions there.
circumstances,
Correct.
conditions over there, or
Correct.
the surroundings over there. Though
Correct.
BER वगैरह होती थी, business evaluation report used to happen, but there might be some mistake which might have happened, but actually it is not working. So then we have closed down this Rajnagaon branch and one more branch. Bilaspur and Raipur we continued.
Okay.
So this is how you have to get involved into the business, and you can be a strategic partner for business
Correct.
over there.
Correct. And that's how business starts respecting you more.
HR.
Because
Yes,
you're making a
yes.
difference in their KRAs by cutting out the losses. The P&L improves for the entire division, so as to say. Very powerful. So
Yeah.
very powerful. So uh, uh, on a personal front, what can an HR person do to be more productive in terms of the good habits, in terms of the education? What would be your advice to young HR people? Apart, see, we have covered business, we have covered sales, we have covered building relationships, data points, listening skills, etc. But apart from that, on a personal front, um, how to prepare themselves to reach that high level? What else do they need to do on a personal side of it?
So personal is,
Good habits.
good habits, they have to be in discipline.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll say. They have to be in discipline.
Mm-hmm.
They should love their job. They should love
Okay.
themselves.
Okay.
Before doing anything, they should love themselves. कि मैं जो कर रहा हूँ वो अच्छे से कर रहा हूँ, या I am the best person for this.
Mm-hmm.
I must say that everybody is a best person. It's
Correct.
only some part of it which we need to improve. So it is always an improvement area which every person has. I still have so many improvement areas that I have to work upon.
Are you sure?
Maybe some, yes,
Okay.
I said that, even
Okay.
sometimes I feel that, I have to improve my presentation skills.
Okay.
When I go to in front of management or when meeting to senior people in the management, I feel that यार मेरा presentation कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया बस, otherwise इतना सुनना नहीं पड़ता मेरे को.
Okay.
Maybe I have missed something. So you have to analyze that. तो आप
So this is so
जैसे
powerful. Even at your age and stage, you are saying that there are things that in which you can improve. This is so powerful.
yes, let's learn, unlearn and relearn. ये process तो हमेशा चलती रहनी चाहिए.
Very nice.
Yes, that is very important. So keep learning. Don't feel कि मैं बस I am the best, मैं तो पहुंच गया हूँ यहाँ तक, अब मेरे को तो कुछ नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है भाई. अगर इंडिया के अंदर 130 करोड़ की जनता है तो 130 करोड़ के दिमाग हैं.
Correct. Correct.
तो उतने आपको सीखना पड़ेंगे. You have to learn all of them.
Correct. So your advice to mid-level people who are at the mid-level, what do they need to do to reach even further?
So it's like, hierarchy. The pyramid goes like this. When you have 100 people, then 50, then, reach to 5% only reach over there. So again, I'm again and again emphasizing on data.
Mm-hmm.
Try to analyze more.
Mhm.
Whenever you are presenting yourself, try to make the audience feel your presence
Mhm.
over there.
Mhm.
So when you make them feel that, yeah, Shishir is available over here and he's discussing on data, he's discussing on points, he's discussing on actual part of business. There is a very strong possibility, Amit, and I have realized this, that there are many times when business people are unable to say or tell management so many things
Mhm.
which they want to tell.
Mhm.
And HR is a medium. HR can be a
Okay.
medium to
Okay.
tell that, to convey that particular message to them, that
Okay.
there is a problem over here,
Mhm.
and strategically
Mhm.
with all data points again.
Mhm.
Because management को अगर आपको if you want to make the management listen to you,
Mhm.
then you need to have data points with
Correct.
reasoning,
Correct.
with appropriate
Mhm.
background, with appropriate I'll not call it as proofs, but yeah,
Mhm.
you need to have some story behind it.
I understand. I
Just
understand.
not like that कि नहीं sir ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. No, it's not like that. Well, you need to have some kind of uh, background or talks
Mhm.
with the people or something
Mhm.
like that. That will help you in growing in the meetings. And
Mhm.
that's where your HR head will also feel that he can be a successor to you.
Correct.
The HR head should always keep on looking at the successors within the team itself. That who are
Mhm.
the successors? To whom I can, train people. How I can train that to bring him up over there. But you need to show that attitude, that
Correct.
particular,
That vigor,
that
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 hunger.
uh,
So, as
that should come out of you.
any common mistake you have seen the managers at mid level make towards team handling, because I mean, at this stage they also start having a team of their own. So any mistake that you normally have seen people do, which maybe they can avoid and grow faster.
Yes. So many times I have seen my managers doing particular mistake by not training their
Okay.
subordinates.
Okay.
So everything, comes in between that, training, nurturing them,
Mm-hmm.
giving them feedback, constructive
Mm-hmm.
feedback,
Mm-hmm.
not only feedback, but constructive feedback, positive feedback, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
even if it is a negative, then how they can improve upon it.
Correct.
See, everything, whatever is in HR, it all depends on how. Normally, क्या होता है, मैनेजर बोलता है, सर हम लोग ऐसा कर लेंगे.
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है, कर
How
लेंगे.
will you
कैसे
do it?
करोगे?
Correct.
How you will do it? What all things that you will do it? So you have to go. You have to display or disperse those steps. You have to
Correct.
note down those steps. This is step
Correct.
one, step two, step three, step four. Yeah, it is
Correct.
possible, quite possible that you have defined 10 steps, but at seventh step, you find that this is a difficult step. You have to skip that step
Mm-hmm.
and go to eighth step. You should not stuck over there
Mm-hmm.
then. But you should plan it accordingly that at particular manager level, who are at mid-level position, they
Mm-hmm.
should always plan the strategy. तो
So
strategic ज़्यादा ज़्यादा strategy होनी चाहिए.
they need to get into the details to know how their
Yes,
juniors are planning to get something done, and then
yes,
how can they be trained to do it better. Okay,
correct.
very nice. For people at the senior level, what would be some key advice points for them?
They should understand management. What is the expectation?
So stakeholder management, this is what they need
Stakeholder
to. Okay.
stakeholder management is one part, but senior management is important.
Okay, senior
उनको
management
क्या
also.
उनको क्या देखना है? What they
Mm-hmm.
want to hear out from you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What actually they want. They want to save cost.
Mm-hmm.
They will say that, we want to save manpower cost. We want to
Mm-hmm.
save recruitment cost. We
Mm-hmm.
want to save engagement cost. We
Mm-hmm.
want to save salary cost.
Mm-hmm.
Salary कहाँ बचा सकता हूँ? Particularly into sector like deep industries and
Mm-hmm.
everything,
Mm-hmm.
where there are labor who are working over there. So मैं वहाँ
Mm-hmm.
पे कैसे cost effective कर सकता हूँ?
Mm-hmm.
There are shifts which are working over there. So how many
Correct.
shifts, or can I do something where people can work on, instead of 8 hours shift, they can work for 12 hours shift.
I
What benefit
understand.
we can provide?
I
So
understand.
all those analysis part, the plus and minuses,
Mm-hmm.
You should know cost. What is the cost which is incurred right now?
Mm-hmm.
What is the cost that will give a benefit to the organization, as well as not hampering the actual earning of the employees
Mm-hmm.
or the labor over there. So ultimately, management's perspective is saving cost. कि HR ने मेरी क्या cost बचाई? That
Mm-hmm.
is what is important. So you need to understand what is your management's thought process about
Right.
organization, about business, what they want to do, whether they want to spend money,
Mm-hmm.
whether they want to save money, or they want to spend as well as save, or
Understand.
whatever.
I
So they
understand.
need to understand management.
I
My
understand.
level, I need to understand what my management want from
Mm-hmm.
me
Mm-hmm.
and from my team, and that's how I'll have to, give the targets to my team members.
Correct. Correct. So see, one last thing. It has been almost an hour since we started talking,
Yeah,
Shishir. I didn't
yeah,
realize. So, see, nowadays life is becoming tougher by the day.
yeah.
In terms of performance is one thing. Also, in terms of the life generally is becoming tougher. Social media is making it tougher. There is FOMO, there is traffic, there is pollution. I mean, the relationships, internal relationships, family relationships are also taking a hit because of so many things. So, how can,
Mm.
as people start rising in their career, things start, the stress starts becoming worse, you know?
Worst.
So, how
Yeah.
can what do people need to do as they're climbing up the stair to success? What do they need to do to relax? How can they continue being relaxed?
I mean, honestly speaking, there is no standard answer for this. My life is different. Your life could be different.
Correct.
Your challenges, personal challenges, my personal challenges are different. Uh, I would still suggest that, you need to make a balance between your personal and professional life.
Mhm.
Yes, which is very important. But at the same time, you have to maintain that particular, both the relationships over there, as well
Mhm.
as you have to maintain your career growth
Mhm.
also.
Correct.
So I would still suggest that, they should think strategically for the personal and professional life.
Plan both of them.
I plan both of them, particularly because there is no standard answer for it.
Correct.
That this is what you will do, but whatever best that you can do, you should strategize that also.
Correct. Correct. So it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, Shishir. So thanks, Shishir. Thanks for sharing so many insights. I'm sure this is going to benefit so many people, especially young HR professional. Thank you. Thanks for giving us time.
So thank you, Amit, and thank you for providing an opportunity. And I hope I could able to answer your questions appropriately. And it will definitely, it should help to young people as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.